What up guys, hope you good. We are back again with another analysis. So decided to change things around this week and start with the dollar index and just to see how and where our dollar pairs would be moving. So with this one, you can already see that price did break to the upside, and as I always emphasize that my wicks are a break of structure. So price did break to the upside, and unfortunately we are leaving demand just down here, which price might come back down to take out as it is still fresh. Then from there we can look into price hitting new highs. So it's either we're gonna have price coming back up here to come back and hit the recent demand that it would have left before pushing to the upside, or most probably we're just gonna have price coming back just down here before making those fresh new highs. And that's as quick as I can, that's as quick as we can analyze this pair, and also take into consideration the fact that if we do play out like this, or even if we do play out like that, we could also incorporate support and resistance in this one right here. I do always incorporate support and resistance as well as supply and demand, but my entries are fairly based on the supply and demand type of structure. So I believe that's all on the dollar index. Most probably, let me just drop to 4H and see what this 4H giving us. We do see that we were kind of bearish. I believe we were bearish here with this lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, and price came back up here to break above and create our new high, which is this our higher high. This is our higher low. We created a new higher high, and from there we broke structure to the downside. Now we only had up and this one. So right now in the 4 hourly we are currently ranging between the newly low and the newly high, meaning we are 4 hourly we are bearish. So we'd like to see 4 hour change structure into being bullish before we start looking for momentum. So not that we're also gonna be trading dollar index anyway, but yeah, most probably that will push more on the price itself, to see all the USD pairs moving to the top, and XXX USD moving to the downside. As you already know, we do have our specific pairs that we're analyzing, and I'm just gonna get to it right now. So I am going to just make sure I'm on the right one. If it's GBP JPY, USD JPY, KJPY, gold, and GBP USD. So whichever one that I'm not looking at, I am gonna just drop it down. So last time I did say that this was ranging, and as you can see that price did push to the upside and created a new high. So I'm going to just drop this one to the left and do also make you aware that this is a break of structure, and after structure breaking, I'm just only going to focus on this. We only have 2 demand zones that have been left down below, so which is the first one just down here, which price might just come back, reject it, and go up, or price might just go down to the bottom one, reject it and go up. But no, if price does break below this recent structure right here, then we are gonna see market moving to the downside, and most probably down to these areas right here. But for now, we just focus on what we would like to see for continued movement, and if it doesn't happen, then we do reanalyze. Just clear everything out and reanalyze. Please do note that also each and every week what I do, I just look at the news, and from there just take it from there to say how will the news affect the market, and what should I be well aware of. Moving to the next one, which is dollar yen. So we did get an entry last week when price came to this demand area right here, and unfortunately price just turned a couple of pips. I think it was, how many pips? Let me just check. It was 69 pips to 70 pips before it could get to our entry, before it could get to our take profit. So it was 237. So yeah, it went up. I think it's 250, 260. Unfortunately, I cannot even stop it and even take my profit, because now I am trading a 1:3, and if price doesn't hit take profit or stop loss, I do not mess around with it. So right now I'm just gonna hide it so that you guys can see, and I'm also gonna hide these alerts so that you guys can see what is happening. So price did break here and then had a break of structure right here to go to the upside, and then from there we do get another break of structure to go to the upside. With that being said, you can already see that we are looking at these two zones right here. So it's either we're going to take out the big one, which you need to understand the fact that supply is where price consolidates before moving to the top. So it could either be a couple of candles, sometimes it can be just one specific big candle. So here we do have 1, 2, and price might just come in deep to this one, to the one inside, or it might just bounce from the one on top right here. And sometimes it might just miss it with a pip or two, just like where we are with price. Maybe when the market moves or when the market opens, we see price pushing to the upside. So this one for me is null and void. I'm just going to be focusing on this one, where now I'm in a position to say to you that this is our recent high. Let me just use a different one. Sorry about that. I'm back. So with that being said, you can see that we currently have our high, and we do have recent low. Up until price breaks in these two zones, I am not going to start looking for sells. It's going to be continued buys and continued. So for now, I believe we're just waiting to see for price coming back to this demand zone. It can either dig in deep and take me out, as you've already seen that my my alerts are my alert, there's an alert somewhere here, as you can see here, with regards to the stop loss. So it can either miss it, go to the top, or hit it and move to the top. And I do not have a problem with that. If we do find a market doing exactly this, I am gonna find a re-entry when we come back down here to move to the top. So now with this structure, I'm considering a lower time frame type of structure, which is a break of structure, come back to a demand and also move to the top. Then just gonna move to the next one, and I believe that should be the B gold or CAD JPY. So CAD JPY, you have to just move to the left first to understand where we are. And with that being said, you can see that this was our lower high as price created a lower low down here. And please do note that I'm trying my best not to analyze these pairs before I make these videos, just to make it as raw as it can be, so that you guys can see what is it that I look at when I analyze the market. So we have a break of structure to the upside from here, and we do have our current highs. And when we do have our current high just up here, we do have our low just down here. We do have a supply and demand that we need to take into consideration. And this right here is our demand zone, which we just need to also, I label it as much as I can so that you guys can see I wasn't planning on trading this, but it looks like a very good pay. So I'm just going to be looking for rejection and taking buys there. So I am going to either send it on the free Telegram group just to tell you guys that this is what I am going to be taking. It might not be a very crazy position, but I think it would be, because if it's a one, if it gives me a 1:3 before it can take out that high, then I am good. But I don't think it might happen that way. You can see we do have 75 pip, and it does take out a break even before it gets up there, and I believe my big profit will be up there. That's what we'll be looking for, and it is okay because it is within these two reaction zones. So that's what we're gonna be looking for this point right now, and then I'm just gonna move to the next one. I believe that either could be gold or GBP USD, but then we take it as it is. For the past, I think we were looking for gold buys, and fortunately price kept on driving to the downside. But as you can see that from here, we did have a high, we did have a lower high, and then a lower low, but price changed and created a new high. From there, broke below our low, created a new low, and then from there we did create a lower high up here to create this new lower low. And when that was created, you can already see that price right now broke above this recent lower high right here, and we would either be looking for price to come back to this demand zone right here. This demand zone right here, and either then take it from there. So we could either be seeing something like this and to the top, as right now we are in a position where it looks like when the market closed we were trying to push to the upside, but that's the only thing I'll be looking for. And gold is just trading gold as simple as I can. So then I might also just move down to 1 hour just to see how it 1 hour looks like. And as you can see, also 1 hour that did just create a new high, and we could either just come back down to this one, or we could come back to this here, which is kind of aligning with the 4 hour one. I do believe that's all with gold. Let us move to the last one, which has to be GBP USD. This one, before even opening it, I remember that it was moving kind of crazy for my liking, that I couldn't even understand where to move from. So do remember that now I think it might make sense. So we did have a break of structure. So that's what you do. The more you look at price, the more it is easier for you to spot how certain things happen and when they happen. So we did have a break of structure pushing to the upside, and that left us with having this high and with this low, right? And I do remember I did say that price kind of had structure here with the wick just right here. If I do just, you will see that there is a wick. So with the wick changing down here, then what I will have to do is to also implement or include our break of structure. So now, including our break of structure right here, you can already see that there either could be this one big supply zone, and unfortunately price is not stopping in that supply zone, but there is one supply zone that is at the top there, which is here, and that is what I am looking for, or that is what I'm looking at, is to say the price will get to that zone, and we might possibly see price changing direction so which could be something similar to that. And the nicest part about this is one thing that I also anticipated that would happen on CAD-JPY. If we do enter here, I believe our stop loss should be that far off. We have a possible one is to do it before we get down here. I'm not so sure what is happening with TradingView, but it's just acting up for me. So I will most probably have a 55 pip or a 50 pip depending on how yeah, I think a 45 pip would be enough for me, and because I'm also giving it enough room to breathe, and with a take profit just down here, which is 1:3, which to me is very good because it hits the take profit before it even gets to this reaction zone, and that would be good. So I did give out 2 signals, the CAD-JPY buy, as well as, in fact 3, the CAD-JPY buys, USD-JPY buys, and as well as GBP-USD sells. So do look at it, the market and see if you can take advantage of that. And from there, if you do have any questions, if you do have any comment, any feedback, or anything that you would like us to do for you, please do use the comment section. Just comment, or if you are afraid of commenting, just hit our DMs on the Instagram account. Please do stay safe and enjoy the rest of your trading week. Cheers.